We're exploring new frontiers. When I first started working in government innovation, the new technology was the internet. Okay, so now it's AI, and I think we're hearing from private sector entrepreneurs and from government users what the future looks like.
The closer you can get to the use case for the person, the more likely they are to adopt it.
The focus of DenAI 2.0 is AI-powered cities of the future. What does that mean? It means how can we increase efficiency? How can we digitize more of our services? How can we serve more residents with the same resources or even maybe lesser resources, right? AI brings a lot of efficiencies when done right, responsible use. And how do we ensure that we are giving the residents the best resident experience when they are interacting with us?
We're setting a precedent for other cities and states in the public sector specifically to look to what Colorado is doing in the city of Denver and use that as an example to help them light some urgency and catalyze the work that they're doing. Government and public sector is slower to adopt technology. I think hosting a conference like this is to make it accessible and for folks who work in the public sector to see this intersection of we can have innovation, we can have this incredible software, and the ease of implementation is not as hard as maybe previous technology was. Sitting at this intersection of can we use AI to solve public and private sector problems? And can the adoption of that actually help us accomplish our cities, our states, our country's goals faster?
What we find is most effective is all the least sexy parts of artificial intelligence. What we're doing is how do we find ways to make your permitting process go faster? How do we find ways to make sure inspectors get to your house more regularly? How do we find ways to make sure every paper you have to submit to the city gets reviewed more quickly so that we can help city employees spend time on the things that only humans can do, but we can use artificial intelligence to make those services faster and cheaper and more reliable. So for us, it's about those core, simple public services that are often not newsworthy, but they are important if you're someone that's waiting 30 days to get a notification on a permit when you can do it in 1 second.
Finding efficiencies with AI makes us maybe find more time, which we can use to be more creative, do more value-add services for our residents, make sure that we are being very human with our residents with that time that we have.
Yeah, I think time is the most valuable resource we all have. If you want to be home with your family or you want to be getting back to your day job or you got a short break to come by and try to get a piece of city business done. And that time is so valuable to our employees. If we can help get through tasks faster, it leaves more time for them to be able to focus on other needs. So we think this efficiency both leads to a better operating government that costs less, and it leads to employees who can feel more successful in their jobs and really focus on the parts of the job they love to do and not the parts that sometimes they feel stuck doing.
With Colorado being the 5th largest venture ecosystem in the country and being an innovation hub, I think it's important for our city to put a spotlight on that and to show it's not just the private sector that's leveraging this technology to enhance the well-being of our community.
So I see the role of Chief Artificial Intelligence and Information Officer as a way for us to look at the technology landscape within the city and county of Denver, but looking at it from a much more structured data lens, as well as creating efficiencies with the use of this very fast processing power that's being offered to us by AI.
I understand the cautionary tale around people being afraid of jobs being taken, and I actually think new jobs are going to be created as a result of AI.
These are balanced conversations. These are the thoughtful, thought-provoking conversations, and we want to be able to go in with questions that are very important from a human aspect and a technology aspect. I truly feel it's my sacred responsibility to safeguard people's privacy, confidentiality, use pieces of information only for outcomes and insights, and be very resident-focused and human-focused.
As the internet proved when we introduced government to the internet and the internet to government, I think it'll be adopted pretty quickly. We will learn a lot along the way. We will have to make sure that there are real human beings involved in these processings. And everybody who spoke here today was very cognizant of the importance of having humans in the loop. So I think we'll learn that. And my guess is just as 32 years ago, the internet was brand new, in 32 years, we'll see some of this as just standard operating procedure.
Stay elevated by subscribing to the city's YouTube page and stay tuned to our social media channels for more content. Don't miss our new episodes of Elevating Denver, premiering each month. Thanks for watching, Denver.